So network, so there's actually there's two types of themes. There's what I call institutional themes, where you're trying to show society. You're trying to show something that's wrong with society or with a particular institution. The TV series The Wire was genius at it, because every season was a specific institution that showed the flaws of that institution. And so Network was about, the flaws of society and the TV business and
media
how crazy,
culture, yeah.
right? Exactly. But I don't think there was a character there that changed or transformed in the same way that you have, something like Star Wars or Finding Nemo, which are very strong with character arcs, and what the character learns at the end is, the epiphany of what exactly you want to tell the audience, and so that reflects the theme. King's Speech is another one. I mean, there's a lot of really well-received films that, if they're right on point thematically, even Star Wars is thematically rich, but we don't think about it because we're thinking about the space opera part of it and the technology and the good versus evil. But there is a character arc in there, and it's actually a thematic argument through the story about what it's about. It's usually an argument between two things. And in Star Wars, it's technology versus the energy, the force. And if you look at the scenes and you really pay attention to what they're talking about, even Darth Vader makes that argument in the scenes with his superiors, with whoever Peter Cushing plays. It's not the Emperor. No, it's not the Emperor, but whoever, his boss. And all these scenes you have where he talks about the dark side of the Force, and then the other side is talking about the power of the Death Star, of technology, and that's the argument. And then Luke and Obi-Wan have the argument about the Force and owning the Force. And if you look at the last moment, that moment where Luke has to decide versus the Force and technology, right, the targeting system, and at the last second he makes that choice, that's his epiphany. That's the decision he made. He could have kept, he could have chosen the other thing, could have chosen technology with the Force. That would have been a different story, right? We're saying, well, technology is more important than the Force. In this case, Lucas wanted to show that the Force is more important than technology, and that's what Luke's decision, that's what he showed, and that was what the audiences walked away from,
With
Very well done.
Yeah, conflict and characters and seeing the character change through conflict. Does it always have to be a living character? Can it be a place and that's the character? Can it be in a network, the institution, or a look at media culture?
That is more about symbolism and art. I mean, yes, there's Manhattan, for example, Woody Allen's Manhattan. The city is a character, but that's more the art part of it. In terms of what audiences get, the only people they relate to, the only people we can actually connect with, are characters. And in terms of Pixar, the characters are human to us, even though it's an ant or a fish or a robot or a toy. And the reason for that is because they look like humans. They have eyes and they have human emotions and human problems, and so that's what we relate to. But when you see a city, even though somebody could do a great job about a character, the city being a character, I don't think people they're not going to really get that on a conscious level. So I can't really speak to that.